First at 4, severe thunderstorm watch in effect for all of southeast Michigan. New warnings for Wayne County, including the city of Detroit. I've got the latest to keep you safe and track these storms coming up.
All right, Andrew, also first at 4, teenagers in court. We're getting our first look at 2 young men accused of killing a Dearborn woman. We have a live update on the charges they're facing. Will she or won't she spend time behind bars? We have breaking news as a judge has just handed down the sentence for actress Felicity Huffman in a college admissions scandal. It's all first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we start with a weather alert. Our entire viewing area is under a severe thunderstorm watch. And there's also a warning in effect. So we need to get over to meteorologist Andrew Humphrey to tell us what to expect and how long this will last.
Karen, you're exactly right. Here we go again. Severe thunderstorms across much of southeast Michigan. A watch is in effect for all of southeast Michigan until 9 o'clock this evening, with new warnings that have just popped up within the past 5 to 10 minutes, including right here in Detroit. Wayne County, Monroe County under severe thunderstorm warnings mean that severe thunderstorms are taking place right now. This warning in effect until 4:30. Another warning still in effect for eastern Oakland County until 4:15, so for the next 15 minutes. Heavy rain, frequent lightning occurring right now, everywhere from Ortonville, also the Lake Orion area, down through Troy, along 75, down to Royal Oak. Here's a look at Detroit and much of Wayne County. With the power of 4 Live radar, you can zoom in to street level. Right here in downtown Detroit, including Comerica Park, the rain is getting heavier. A lightning strike within the past few seconds on the west side of the city, along Grand River as you head to the north and west. Same thing along Michigan Avenue out toward Dearborn. Farther to the south, severe thunderstorm warning again in Monroe County with heavy rain that's occurring. And they're moving fast, too, at around 50 miles per hour. So places like St. Clair Shores, also Warren, parts of Macomb County also being affected by these storms within the next 10 to 15 minutes. More on these storms and your forecast for tonight and this weekend coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. First at 4, we are following breaking news as 3 teenagers go to court charged in the death of a Dearborn woman. 2 are charged as adults. A 13-year-old is in juvenile court. They're all charged with felony murder. Local 4 Sean Lay live in Dearborn. And Sean, you saw 2 of those teens in court today.
Long court hearing just wrapped up inside 19th District Court here. It was an explosive hearing. At the end, the victim's brother had to be thrown out of court. He was screaming expletives at those 2 teens. You're right. Here in this courtroom, we saw the 17-year-old and the 14-year-old. Keep in mind, prosecutors say it's the 14-year-old who's the gunman. Local 4 cameras are in court late this afternoon in Dearborn. You are looking at 17-year-old Jamel Filson of Highland Park and 14-year-old Demario Dismuke from Detroit. That's right, he is just 14 years old, and both now are being tried as adults. A 13-year-old also appeared in juvenile court late this afternoon. All 3 are charged with felony murder and with armed robberies in Dearborn in a deadly rampage last Friday. First robbing a 49-year-old woman, with the 13-year-old serving as the young gunman. Then robbing and shooting 29-year-old Saja Al-Janabi. And prosecutors say Dismuke, the 14-year-old, is the alleged shooter in that murder that has rocked this community. The 3 are accused of next speeding away and then robbing a 59-year-old man nearby. A shot also fired during that robbery. Back here live in Dearborn again, we just got out of this very long arraignment here. A lot of twists and turns. And Karen, the big headline here, the assistant prosecutor just revealed to the court that much more to this case is coming. More people, he said, are involved in this. What he had to say about the case now expanding. Coming up live at 5 o'clock. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean. We'll see you at 5. We also have breaking news on the sentencing of actress Felicity Huffman in that big college admissions scandal. Now, she is the first parent to be sentenced after entering a guilty plea. The big question, would she avoid prison time? Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with the answer. Hey, Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. The judge just handed down the sentence in the past, 20 minutes or so, and Huffman will spend some time behind bars. The actress arrived to a huge crowd at the courthouse in Boston. The former star of Desperate Housewives admitted to paying $15,000 to boost her daughter's SAT scores. She has admitted it was misguided to cut corners to help her daughter. Her attorneys argued, though, against prison, saying fines, probation, and 250 hours of community service should be enough. But prosecutors wanted 1 month behind bars plus a $20,000 fine. Late today, as I said, the judge ruled Huffman should serve 14 days in prison, giving prosecutors about half of what they wanted. She was also given a $30,000 fine, 250 hours of community service, and a year of supervised release. Now, Huffman is among the high-profile defendants in the college admissions scam. Actress Lori Loughlin and her husband have also been charged. They have decided to fight the charges and are planning to go to trial. We're tracking reaction to all of this, and we'll have an update tonight at 5. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, we appreciate it. Music lovers knew that every summer for 28 years, Eddie Money would be rocking DTE Energy Music Theater to kick off the season. Sadly, his distinctive voice has been silenced. Money died today after battling cancer. He is known for classic rock hits like 2 Tickets to Paradise and the Grammy-nominated song Take Me Home Tonight. Just last month, Money revealed he'd been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. He was 70 years old. We want clean air. That is what neighbors near the Marathon Refinery over in Southwest Detroit demand after another leak at the plant. Yesterday, the plant was evacuated after a cloud of oil vapor was released. It caused nearby ramps of I-75 to temporarily shut down. Now, this is the second chemical release at the plant this year. The first happened back in February. Neighbors are fed up with Marathon and are standing up to address safety and health concerns.
Living in the area, it's scary because we don't know what is going to happen.
Marathon needs to be held accountable. They need to protect community health, and we're asking our public officials to do the right thing.
Now, 2 workers were taken to the hospital. Marathon just released a statement apologizing for any inconvenience the leak caused, repeating there was no impact on air quality, saying it welcomes an open dialogue with its neighbors about any safety concerns. We are approaching a key deadline in a new round of United Auto Worker contract negotiations. Thousands of families are waiting to see what happens as contracts with the Big Three are set to expire. Short time ago, the UAW agreed to temporary extensions of contracts with Ford and Fiat Chrysler to allow more times for talks. The union has targeted General Motors for the first round of negotiations, and we haven't heard about an extension there. The contracts are set to expire midnight tomorrow. We will keep you posted every single step of the way. A local middle school is trying something new, targeting cell phones and backpacks. They're both not allowed in the classroom. It's a pilot program, and the results have been pretty interesting. Local 4's Paula Tutman shows us how the impact is already being felt just 1 week into the school year.
So these signs are posted all over school with the idea, pretend it's before 1995. But there's some really wonderful unintended consequences with this move. The principal at Stevenson Middle School in the Wayne Westland Community Schools District decided enough with the backpacks and enough with those cell phones.
The kids are allowed to have the cell phones in the school, but they have to lock it up in their locker during the school day.
And as you can imagine, the kids, oh yeah, and some of their parents hated the idea.
Everyone heard about it and they were like, we can't do this, it's going to be such a hard year.
Because they can't go on their phones, they can't carry their backpack around that has all their items in it that they want to take with us.
But then something happened. It's called acclimation. Less than 2 weeks after the start of the school year, and the kids actually liked the results.
People have had to use their time in a better way.
Not having backpacks, it's way better because kids are finally learning how to use their time right, and they have to go to the lockers, bring their stuff, and make it to class on time.
It shows how people to more communicate with each other instead of doing it over their phone and texting. They're learning how to use actual proper words instead of saying I don't, IDK or LOL.
Well, most of them.
Like they said, like it does teach you to talk better and communicate besides your phone, but in other circumstances I feel like it would be better to have a phone, like when you're at lunch and stuff, because sometimes it's just good to be able to go on your phone and like listen to music and stuff, because that kind of helps some people sometimes.
Bathroom squabbles and fights have halted to a complete stop.
The students are more focused in their classroom. They're not getting involved in drama. Their Snapchat, their Instagram accounts aren't blowing up and they're not seeing what's going on. And the referrals to the office has drastically declined already.
I think that they were right. Not having phones is way better for us as students to focus, concentrate, and to learn better.
Of course, kids brought up the issue of safety, that they might need to reach their parents very, very quickly. But the point was made that staffers always have a phone available. Paula Tupman, Local 4.
Wow, and the kids said the parents were right. That was the headline there. Thank you, Paula. By the way, Paula also tells us there is another unexpected benefit, fewer trips and falls because the backpacks are no longer on the floors or blocking aisles. Still ahead, first at 4. These are some tough times for many retailers, but can you guess which clothing store is planning to open hundreds of new locations? We'll talk about that in Trending Stories. Also, heckled and flustered. This was a tough public appearance for Britain's Prime Minister. We have news from around the world. A great escape that was anything but. Police say this guy sure picked the wrong getaway vehicle. Wait until you see this. Andrew, what's the latest in the weather?
Severe thunderstorms. Warnings are still up in Oakland, Wayne, and Monroe counties through this half hour in many areas. We still have thunderstorms racing through the area. Tons of lightning. The best place to be is indoors. We'll look at these storms one by one. I'll track them and give you your weather forecast for the rest of the afternoon into the weekend coming up.